Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our presentation this morning, presented to you by the Tourism Linkages Network, or Knowledge Network. And this is one of our many online forum series. And today we're going to be speaking about the groups and events markets operating in the new normal. My name is Nicola Madden Gregg. I'm the Group Director of Marketing and Sales for the Courtly Hospitality Group, which includes the Courtly Hotel and Suites, the Knutsford Court Hotel, the Holiday Inn Resort in Montego Bay, and the Jamaica Pegasus, which last year was nominated the best MICE hotel in Jamaica by the World MICE Awards. And so I have a little bit of knowledge in this area. But this morning, it's not only about me, but it's about our expert panel. And we have a very distinguished panel today to share with you their knowledge of the fantastic opportunity of having your events and your meetings and conventions in Jamaica. So before we get going, I just want to thank you again for joining us on this occasion. It's really going to be an excellent morning of sharing, and we will also give you an opportunity to ask questions. So for those of you joining us from here in Jamaica, across the region and across the world, a warm Jamaican welcome. So our first presenter is going to be Mr. John Woolcock. John is the Groups and Conventions Manager Global for the Jamaica Tourist Board. He has been employed by the Jamaica Forest Board for quite a bit of time and is an authority on meeting incentives, conferences, and exhibitions and MICE development. He's responsible for helping to position Jamaica as the premier destination for meeting and incentive business. And this is achieved by working closely with the Jamaica Tourist Board team to position the Jamaica in strategic markets. It involves developing a strong relationship with incentive houses, third-party meeting procurement, and site selection companies, along with independent association. This is supported by executing promotion and events that help to focus the brand in the marketplace while educating clients about our warm weather destination. Prior to relocating to Miami, which he now resides, John was the district sales manager for Southwest and Western region in the United States, where he promoted travel for Jamaica. He played an integral role in collaborating with Southwest Airlines to launch their non-stop service from Houston to Montego Bay, the airline's first international destination. John grew up in Jamaica's tourist capital of Montego Bay and has a passion for tourism. Welcome, John. We also have joining us this morning, Mavoy Smith-Robb. And Mavoy is in charge of the Montego Bay Convention Center in terms of, she's the lady that has all the tricks up her sleeves and truly can make your event special. She has spent 9.5 years growing and nurturing her career when she was at Air Jamaica. She worked formerly with Sandals, where she honed her skills as a sales executive, and joined the Montego Bay Convention Center team in 2013 as sales manager. She was later promoted to senior sales manager and then director of sales and director of sales and events in 2018. She has a proven track record in excellence and is a great addition to the Montego Bay Convention team. And she has been working hard to reposition the convention center as the premier meeting facilities in the region, but she'll tell you in the world, and she'll tell you more about that later on. Welcome, my boy. We also have Bert Wright, who is such a distinguished member of this panel. He has over 15 years experience in tourism and has been the head of the Jamaica Tours Limited for the past 32 years and is executive vice president. Bert Wright is known for bringing the wow to your meetings and events as a destination marketing company, and he is integral to the promotion of Jamaica. He sits on the Jamaica Tourist Board. He's also a board member of the Montego Bay Convention Center, the Tourism Linkages Council, and he's chairman of Jamaica Vacations. Last but not least, we have Martin Young. Martin has a 25-year background in international meeting and incentive group sales. He's currently the director of marketing and incentive sales with Playa Hotels and Resorts. Playa operates all-inclusive properties throughout Mexico and the Caribbean under the Hyatt Ziva and Zilara brand, Hilton All-Inclusive, and Wyndham Ultra brands. Playa also has some independent brands such as Jewel Resorts in Jamaica and the Sanctuary Cap Cana in the Dominican Republic. He previously served in several roles with Malia, Barcelo Hotels, Carson Hotels, and the Regent Luxury Group. Welcome, Martin. So to get things started, we are going to ask John Woolcock to take us through all that Jamaica has to offer from the position of the Jamaica Tourist Board for your events, your meetings, your conferences, your exhibitions, all your activities when you are looking to plan to come to Jamaica. John, over to you.
Thank you so much, Nicola. That was a wonderful introduction and such a pleasure to be here with everyone. I am just going to try and find this wonderful screen for us, and please let me know if you're able to see it on your side. There we go, I think.
Almost there, John.
Almost there.
Yes, it's coming.
Wonderful.
Here we are.
Excellent. So, you know, as we look at Jamaica, Jamaica is really positioned as the premier MICE destination when you think of warm weather destinations in the Caribbean. Jamaica really has everything going for it. We've got great airlift, and that's the first thing you have to think of. Whenever you're thinking of traveling to a destination or a group that wants to come to the destination, you have to think of airlift. So Jamaica is very fortunate. We've got great airlift coming into the destination. We also have our culture or cuisine or people. This is what really makes Jamaica stand out. And of course, you have the tourist board that is here to assist you. So what we have really done right now is to relax our entry protocols so that it is easier now for everyone to come in to the destination, especially starting on March 1st. You no longer need, for example, a travel authorization to come in. Of course, we still require you to have your negative PCR test. Obviously, safety is very key right now when you consider traveling. So you're going to realize that Jamaica has really positioned itself as a destination that takes pride and is very focused on ensuring that our delegates, when they come in to the destination, they have a high measure of safety as they move within the resilient corridors, etc. So you have to visit our website, visitjamaica.com, and take a look at our protocols, see how seamless they are, how well they work, and why groups right now can, you know, they don't have to think twice, they can certainly come to Jamaica. You'll also notice, as we mentioned this, that we have got great airlift. This is just a sampling, for example, of what we have when you look at the US market. You know, we work with all the major carriers, they're flying to Jamaica, but we also, you know, when you look at other areas as well, like Canada or even the UK, parts of Europe, we have been expanding our footprint in terms of carriers that are able to come into the destination. So accessibility is key. So let's look at the reasons why you would want to bring your meeting or your incentive, your MICE program to Jamaica. Again, air service, very convenient. Accommodations, we work with some of the best accommodations to be found anywhere. Our supply partners are absolutely fantastic. They're well positioned, well versed, very professional. They know the MICE industry like the back of their hand. Of course, we have a convention center. I won't take away the thunder from Avoy, who is one of our panelists, but I can tell you that we have great convention centers on the island, so we certainly can handle your large groups. Great shopping, golf courses, dining, off-site events that really showcase what the destination has to offer, so you can actually present and design programs that can be found nowhere else in the world. And of course, experienced DMC companies. I cannot express more how important a DMC is to actually planning and actually providing the execution that is required to ensure that you have a fabulous event in a destination. And of course, my heart is always with the people of Jamaica who really and truly, they put everything into what they do. And of course, you're going to find that the Jamaican culture coming through our people is very evident. And you leave Jamaica knowing that you're coming back. You have to come back. The tourist board is here. We've been around for a very long time. So as Nicola mentioned, we're here to work closely with you. We try to do as much of the heavy lifting as possible so that you can have a successful MICE program, whether it's a meeting or a conference or an event or an incentive. We're here to work with you. So what can we do for you? Site visit, provide RFP assistance, contacts, of course, for sourcing items on island, meet and greet service at the airport, welcome monitors to acknowledge the arrival of your group, customs clearance assistance, along with other services that really facilitate, again, a seamless program within the destination. You're also going to find that Jamaica really offers so much in terms of, our product, VIP meet and greet service, for example, at the airport, again, ensuring that your program is going to experience the finest level of service and attention. So again, when you think of Jamaica, you really have to think of what this destination, our destination, delivers for your groups. Resilient corridors, of course, have been set up because, we do have to realize that we are working, within a COVID environment, but I have to tell you that we've come a long way. Our resilient corridors are absolutely amazing. Our hotels, our attractions, our restaurants, they're COVID certified to ensure that a high level of safety reassurance measures are in place to ensure excellent execution of your programs. When we look at the destination after your meeting or conference is over, you can kick back, relax, and enjoy what we have to offer. Over 150 licensed tours. So we can keep the experiences going. We will make it so memorable that you will always remember your programs in Jamaica. We have 6 resort regions that are all different. Negril, the capital of casual, Montego Bay, the complete resort, Ocho Rios, the centerpiece, Kingston, the heartbeat, Port Antonio, naturally, South Coast, off the beaten track. Each of these resort areas will deliver experiences that are second to none, all unique. So when you think of Jamaica and you think of MICE programs, you might tend to see a lot of our groups heading more to the Montego Bay, Ocho Rios area along the North Coast. Some will go into incentives, for example, with some smaller incentives, for example, might even want the Negril area just to kick back, relax. And of course, Kingston. I know Nicola loves Kingston. She's based over there. Well, Kingston, of course, really delivers. So when you think of Montego Bay, you're looking at, of course, being close to the Sangster International Airport, a lot of great hotels in that area, championship golf courses, shopping, and the convention center. So everything is really conveniently located for you. And of course, amazing offsite venues, because really and truly, you're able to bring and custom tailor an experience that is very unique based on the design requirements of your program. Obviously, we have all of the facilities in place, convention space to manage your groups on an international level. Negril is the capital of casual. We like to say it's 7 miles of beach, 5 miles of cliffs. Of course, that beach is just amazing. No one will ever forget Negril once you visit this area. It is so well known. It is really something that is spectacular. When you drive into Negril, you know you've arrived. Ocho Rios, the centerpiece of Jamaica, also great hotels along that area and lots of attractions as well. So again, a customized approach is what a DMC is going to take when they look closely at your program and what your expectations are. Amazing waterfalls to be found in this area. You know, something that's really interesting for Jamaica right now is split programs where you can actually, for example, be in Ocho Rios and head over to Kingston, or start your program in Kingston and then head over to Ocho Rios, where you can enjoy the museums, the art galleries, the cultural side of Jamaica, and then head over to Ocho Rios for those wonderful beaches and just to kick back. So, you know, having a highway like, you know, the North-South Highway has been amazing for us. And you're going to find in Kingston really the heartbeat of the destination. Lots of amazing attractions, vibrant city, of course, something for everyone to be found here. Off-site venues abound. The Blue Mountains, where you get the famous Blue Mountain coffee. And of course, it's one of our heritage sites. Port Antonio, naturally. You know, we say that Port Antonio is that area that you slip away to when you just want to get off the grid. And of course, you know, that is an area that is just absolutely beautiful. Something for everyone in that area. You know, also, we find that our programs want to give back. They want to do something. They want to share in what Jamaica has to offer. Remember, the Tourist Board is here to work closely with you. We can identify, of course, the right area where you can volunteer and actually support and give back. So again, when you think of the Jamaica Tourist Board, when you think of Jamaica, you really do have a complete destination that's really here to work with you. And just visit jamaica.com/groups will be a great way to actually take a look at the destination, see what we have to offer, reach out to us, allow us to discuss your programs with you, share your RFPs with the supplier partners, and really, you know, move forward with your program in Jamaica. I would actually like to also share with you a quick video on the destination, because, you know, seeing is really what it's all about. You have to see it, and eventually we'll get you down to experience it. So I'm going to turn it over to our master of controls so that they will be able to share a video on the destination with you.
This is our home, Jamaica, and tourism is the lifeblood of our country. Let's all feel good again. Whether with family or friends, we want you to enjoy your staycation.
We have to ensure that they are comfortable, they feel well protected.
New standards are in place to ensure your safety. We are here to serve you better, so you can have the best experience. Come out and rediscover Jamaica.
We are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
Rediscover Jamaica.
Jamaica, heartbeat of the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. That was excellent. Really, really strong presentation. Just giving you a taste, just a little taste of what Jamaica has to offer. Of course, we haven't even got into the fact that a lot of our programs, you know, sometimes you want to do special customized things, merchandising, and we are the Tourism Linkages Network. So that's also something that we can definitely connect you with. We have a great local craftsmen, artisans, just a wealth of products and services so that you can not worry about having to, you know, bring everything to Jamaica, but we definitely have a wide range of service providers that can work with you to make your experience even more customizable with Jamaican swag, as we would like to say. So as we move on, I just want to highlight some of the things that John pointed out, the diversity of Jamaica, our 6 resort areas, that we have such a wide range of activities that can be planned both on and off site, the level of attractions, the connectivity between all these resort areas, both from the North Coast and the South Coast using the North and South Coast Highway. And so there's just a lot, really a lot. And, you know, we could spend an entire day telling you about it, but we have to move on, and we're going to now have my boy Smith, Rob, tell us a little bit about the Montego Bay Convention Center. My boy, over to you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bread. Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good day to have a good day. So I'm about to share my screen so I can tell you a lot about the Montego Bay Convention Center and its offerings. Should be coming up anytime now.
while we wait on you, my boy, just repeating quickly that, of course, it's just an antigen test to come in now, not necessarily a PCR, even though you can take a PCR 3 days prior to arrival. And so we're making things easier for you to travel to Jamaica. Ready, my boy? I think your screen is up, so you can.
Okay, thank you so much. So the Montego Bay Convention Center, we opened our doors in 2011. And since opening in 2011, we have won the World Travel Awards for the Caribbean's leading meeting and conference center for the last 10 years, from 2011 to 2021. The MBCC really is a catalyst to bring in large groups to Jamaica. And the Montego Bay Convention Center, we do not have sleeping rooms. However, we depend heavily on our industry partners, which are the hotels along the elegant corridor where we are in Montego Bay. I like to say we are strategically located as we are surrounded by over 4,000 hotel rooms. And let me tell you, these hotel rooms, it's from 3-star hotels to 5-star properties. So really and truly, whatever the affordability of the attendees, there is a hotel room to suit their affordability. So that's very important. We're also just 10 minutes away from the Sangster International Airport. So we are very much strategically located here in Montego Bay. Now we're living in COVID-19. And I guess we have learned to live with it. One of the plus of the convention center is that we are a little bit over 139,000 square feet of total space. So living with COVID-19, where it asks for social distancing and all that space, our property is the ideal location for you to bring your events to at this time. At the onset of COVID, we had to pivot a little bit and we had to capitalize, as our board chairman likes to say, on the low-hanging fruits. So we started looking locally to our local markets, just to see what kind of business the local market has to offer. Now, sometimes our size may seem as if, only large conferences, can take place at the convention center. That's not true. We do have smaller meeting rooms where you can take your smaller board meetings to. We can accommodate meetings from as small as 10 persons to as large as 10,000 persons. So, bear with me there. So our exhibit space at the convention center, it's a little bit over 57,000 square feet in total space. And what I like about our spaces here, there's nothing fixed in our spaces. So whatever you envision happening, it's pretty much a blank space. Whatever you envision happening, we can make it happen. Or exhibit hall, we can exhibit cars. We can, whatever, it could be a concert, it could be a banquet, or grand ballroom, which is a little bit over 18,000 square feet in total space, can accommodate pre-COVID up to 1,800 persons seated banquet style. However, our exhibit hall can accommodate up to 3,200 persons banquet style. So we do have the space to suit all your needs. What I like to say about our hotels, because you will find meeting room spaces in all the hotels that are located in Montego Bay, we do not see them as our competition. We see them as our partners. However, for us here at the convention center, I like to say that our sweet spot is for group in excess of 500. Now, for groups in excess of 500, then of course at that time, the hotels will not be able to do your exhibits, to do your plenaries, and to do your breakout rooms. But the hotels at the convention center, we will work very closely together. The hotels will provide your sleeping accommodations, and then at that time, we will take care of your exhibit needs, your meeting needs, and your breakout room needs. So we work very, very, very closely together. The venue has an open air layout, and as I mentioned earlier, that works perfect for living in the age of COVID-19. We have a team that's ready to assist you with everything. Now, recently we launched a new department. within the convention center, which is the meeting planning department, we like to operate as a one-stop shop. So for our local organization or local organizing committees, from time to time, for instance, you'll have a company who is planning an event, and this is not what they do. It could be a bank. They don't go about planning events, and they do not have a planning department that will be able to execute what is it that they have in mind. All they need to do is to come in, meet with us. If they are unable to come in and meet with us, we can come to you in your office. In this day and age, we're living in COVID-19. We're meeting virtually. We're in virtual space. We can do a virtual meeting as well, and we can discuss whatever it is that you envision happening at your event. And the team here will ensure whatever you envision happening is what actually happens. For me, before I became the director of events, I was the director of sales. And I like to say that we sell the dream, and then the sales team has to execute the nightmare. However, I'm now wearing both caps. So I now sell the dream, and then I too execute the nightmare. So it's as if I'm making more work for myself, but that's fine. As long as our clients are happy, we are happy. I mentioned earlier about our industry partners. No, it is not possible for us to do it without our partners. The DMCs, as John mentioned earlier, the hotels, you'll realize that each of us will make reference to each other, because guess what? We are a team. And in order for your event to be a success, for your attendees, for your guests to be happy, we need each other to function. So we need the hotels to provide the sleeping rooms. I need Bert and the other DMCs to provide the transportation from the hotels to the convention center and back. How can you contact us? You can upload your RFPs through Cvent. We're actively on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and you can reach us 876-622-9330 and if all else fails, you can contact the JTB. Correct, John? In a nutshell, that's what the convention center has to offer. Thank you.
Thank you, my boy. Really appreciate that presentation. As she said, they're located right in the heart of Montego Bay, but working with all the hotels and the DMCs within the region, and really trying to utilize the Montego Bay Convention Center as a one-stop shop for all of your meeting needs at all levels. So whether you're locally, regionally, or you're the local organizing committee for an international conference, you can utilize their services to help you in the planning process. Really exciting things there. All right, we're going to move on to our Bert Wright, who is going to tell us more about what his company, Jamaica Tours Limited, has to offer, as well as to the overall kind of capacity of DMCs in Jamaica. Bert?
Good morning, moderator, fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen. And Nicola, thank you for having me on this panel. And my responsibility this morning is to talk about what we do as a destination management company. And I'm sure that I don't have to tell anyone on this, listening to us right now, how important it is to have a DMC whenever you have a program to Jamaica or elsewhere in the world. It is absolutely important that you use a DMC. A number of persons have tried it in the past with very negative results. So I implore everyone that whenever you have a program, that you hire the services of a DMC. It might cost you a little bit more, but you're going to have a better income as far as your group is concerned. As a destination management company, we do everything and everything. As long as it's not illegal or immoral, we'll do it. So there's no limit to what we can do for you. We are very innovative. You come to us with an idea, or if you don't have an idea, we will present an idea to you. We just want to wow your clients and ensure that your program is very successful, because we just don't want your business for today We want your business forever. So we will do everything within our power to ensure that you have a successful group. Now, to introduce my company a little bit, Jamaica Tours Limited is the largest and the oldest destination management company in Jamaica. We've been in business for 52 years. So we've done a group or two. We work with all of the hotels in Jamaica, bar none. We have the largest fleet of equipment on the island, ranging from very large 50-seater motor coaches down to medium-sized 30-seater buses to smaller vans. We have a whole fleet of VIP cars, including Suburbans, Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, and so on. So we're big enough to handle any size groups, and we've handled groups up to 5,000 so far. And I believe we have some larger than that coming to Jamaica this year. So we're all gearing up for it. But as I said before, we offer all the services. So whatever you need, we will do and can do. We start off by, of course, going out and marketing to our industry partners. We just don't sit back and wait for the business to come to us. We attend all of the major trade shows and conventions. And many of all of the panelists right on this panel here this morning, if you go out there in the marketplace, you will see us. We just don't go out and promise you something. We go out and we will sell you something. But when you come back for the actual program, we will be there for you as well. But some of the services that we offer at the airport is that before you even get to the airport, we will help you to do your site inspection and to help you to build an itinerary. Because since we are Jamaican and we are 100% wholly owned Jamaican company, we only operate in Jamaica, so we know Jamaica best. We've had the opportunity to go to other islands, but we've made the decision, no, we're going to work in Jamaica and do the best job that we can do in Jamaica. So we're a wholly Jamaican company, only in Jamaica, and we'll always be here for you. We know Jamaica well. So if there's something that another DMC cannot find, trust me, we can find it for you. So you'll always find us in the marketplace out there looking, and once we have your business, we don't take it for granted. So you'll find that even before we do conventions, we're out there on a one-to-one basis, personally visiting with our clients. And, having been in business for over 50 years, we have a few clients, but we don't take their business for granted. We're always out there going to their offices, calling on them. During COVID, when no one could travel, of course, we were always on the phone to them, updating them as to what's happening on the island, what's new, how the changes are happening in terms of the protocols, and sending newsletters, updating them on a monthly basis. So we are constantly in touch with them. We also market very strongly as well to the association markets and the religious markets via organizations such as RCMA, Teachers Association, Lawyers Association, etc., etc., etc. One thing we strongly recommend to every client, that you come to Jamaica and do a site inspection before you send a group here. It's very important for us to show you what the country has to offer. And as John mentioned, Jamaica is a very diverse destination with 5 different areas, and each one is different. So we have to help you to select the right one for your group. So we like to take you around, and I do a lot of that myself. So you'll find me a very hands-on person. We'll take you around, based on the demographics of your group, we will show you what we think is right for you and work with you to plan an itinerary for your site inspection. And just to let you know, for any site inspection, we do not charge you, not a penny. Some DMCs will charge you and then give you a credit if the group materializes. We're confident enough to tell you we're not going to charge you for the site inspection, because we believe, and we've proven over the years, that once we do the site inspection, that you're going to select us as your DMC. So there's no need to give you any credit. Therefore, we don't charge you. For your airport transfers, it's very, very critical that your group starts out on the right foot, and the airport is your first contact to the destination. So we have to get that right first thing. There is no second chance here. You do it right the first time, and that's it. So we have, as I mentioned before, we have a very large fleet of equipment. So we'll put those equipment at your disposal only. In other words, once we have a group in-house, we pre-select the equipment that is right for your group, and it is used for your group and nobody else. And we always select the best. Although we have all pretty new equipment, we ensure that we pick the best of the best, just so your clients will have the best. So once you get to the airport, we have a full staff there to do the meet and greet. And with the appropriate signage. So you will give us your logo, for example, and we will use your logo. So right away you have recognition for your group if that's what you want. Some people might opt not to have that, but once you want that, we will have that. We'll brand the buses for you if you wish. All buses will be in the parking lot, parked in the best positions. That is most convenient for your client. They're met inside the arrivals lobby and escorted out. Porterage can be arranged through the airport porters, so that we pay the porters on your behalf, so there's no need for you to put your hand in your pocket. Once you're outside, you enter your equipment, your bus. For the time being, as it stands now, you have to sanitize before you get on the bus, and wear your mask. But this could all change very, very soon. But for the time being, you must sanitize before you get on the bus, and sanitizers are on the bus, and you have to wear your mask throughout your journey. Once you get to your hotels, now the hotel protocols will take over. We want to ensure that when you bring your clients, that we impress them. So you let us know anything you need, your clients need. If they drink a special drink, let us know in advance so we can arrange that for you. Provide our VIP vehicles to ensure that, because we have to impress your client so that you also can look good. Then once you get on island and you get to your hotel, of course, your hotel services kick in, but we will establish a hospitality desk at the hotel that it will works for your group and your group only. So you have a full staff, including a group manager and group representatives that are at the hotels at your disposal and your disposal only. In other words, they do nothing else besides service your groups. Of course, part of what we would have prearranged with you is that a whole plan of activities, including excursions, and we would have in conjunction with you as the meeting planner, arrange what excursions you're going to do. And we make sure that if it's a large group that we can do a buyout, or if we are going to be part of an attraction, we ensure that we can get private spaces within the attractions so that there is as much exclusivity for your group as is possible. Once you get an island and you're planning on any event off property, that's where we come in. We will help you to select your venue. We will arrange your entertainment, your catering, your floral service, your lighting, and whatever else you need. We do everything for you. So our job is to ensure that when you come as our client, that we as your DMC, we will do the heavy lifting for you so that you can spend your time taking care of your own client. Things like special events. You want to get a special venue, we can arrange that for you. And we have many, many wonderful venues in Jamaica for you to choose from. And there are even things that we can do where that is not normal. We will customize things for you. Like if you want, for example, to go to someone's private home for a dinner, we can arrange. There are many, many, many beautiful homes in Jamaica that are open to be used. Some of them can take up to 300-400 persons. So we'll go there, get a private residence for you that nobody else can get, and make sure that, again, we supervise everything from the beginning to the end, transferring you there safely, transferring you back. If you need, for example, to do a CSR program, and we find these last days that almost every group that we have wants to do some kind of social responsibility program, and that we have many different things that we can do for you, such as, we've done school buildings, we've done schools repairs, school paintings, building of computer labs, raft building exercises where we build the rafts and sail them, and then we can we also do things like building of bicycles, and then we donate the bicycles to children's home and so on and so forth. So there's many things that we can do. In short, as a destination management company, as I mentioned before, we do any and everything as long as it's legal and not immoral. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to invite you to come to Jamaica. Of course, there are many good DMCs in Jamaica. We think we're the best. And the only way you're going to find out if we're the best or not is to try us. So thank you.
Thank you, Bert. Excellent. As Bert said, we very flexible. We will be able to customize your program. That is something that we really focus on in Jamaica, customization and giving you very personal experiences, bespoke experiences. And we will definitely get into a little bit more in our Q&A. But now we're going to move on to Mr. Martin Young, who is going to tell us a little bit more about one of our resorts here in Jamaica, Playa Hotels and Resorts, and what they have to offer you when you choose a Jamaica program. Martin?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Martin Young. I work for a company called Playa Resorts. What I'd like to do today is give you a brief overview of who and what Playa Resorts is. And then I'll give you some observations on the current market and what's going on, and then share some best practices with you at the end. So Playa Resorts is a publicly traded company. We are one of the largest ownership and management groups of all-inclusive resorts in Mexico and the Caribbean. We have locations throughout Mexico, Dominican Republic, and in Jamaica. In Jamaica, we have the Hyatt Zilara Rose Hall, which is just a few minutes from the airport, and the Hyatt Ziva Rose Hall. So altogether, at the Hyatt property, we have 621 rooms there. We also own and operate the Hilton Rose Hall with 495 rooms there. The Jewel Grand, which is right next door to the Hyatt with 217 rooms here. And we also own and operate the Jewel Paradise Cove in Runaway Bay. So as you can see, we're quite a large, diverse group of properties. Each of our properties has local teams that deal with the local and regional markets. I'm associated with the international corporate sales for Playa Resorts. And we also work closely with our brand partners. Playa Resorts is not a brand. We brand our hotels with global hotel chains. We work closely with Hyatt, Hilton, and most recently with Wyndham. So you will see different resorts and different destinations under different brands that we operate. Some observations that I could share with you on the market. We see really a couple of different dynamics going on in the market. We have a very intense RFP activity in the short term. We're seeing unbelievable volume of business, sourcing business in 2022 and operating in 2022, which is quite unusual. We don't see that. Usually we look at that booked in the year market as very incremental, but this year it's more than incremental, it's quite significant. We're also seeing extremely heavy RFP activity for 2023 and 24 and beyond. So much so that we're starting to see availability problems in some destinations. So that's something for everyone to bear in mind. There are certain periods in 2023 and 2024 where our availability across all destinations is very limited. And I might add, especially in Jamaica. Jamaica in the first quarter of 23 and the first quarter of 24 at all of our properties is extremely busy right now. Part of the reason that we are so busy right now is that business is back. And I think that's a message that we need to get out there. 2021 was our biggest booking year that we had as a company. So that's something to bear in mind. We see a lot of activity also going on with moving groups. So yes, we are still dealing with the tail end of the COVID situation, and we're still moving programs that are booked into alternate dates. We're seeing a lot less of that activity, but it's still going on, and it's still part of the reason why we're starting to see availability problems. The other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was the types of groups we're seeing. We're seeing, yes, our typical bread and butter business, which is our incentive business from the typical industries, manufacturing, financial services, and technology companies. But we're also seeing different kinds of business, new business. We're starting to see a lot of company retreats. We're seeing affinity groups and groups that are here for concert events or people that are of a common cultural heritage. We have some clients that do programs for people of Greek American heritage or Armenian American heritage, and they want to get together to celebrate their culture. We're seeing a lot of regional meetings, regional Caribbean meetings, regional Latin American meetings. Some of the feedback we're starting to see, which is unusual from companies, is they just want their people to get together and have fun and network. After 2 years of companies not having any kind of interaction, we're seeing that there's a definite desire for corporate groups to have their employees get together and network and bond together as a company. The other thing we're seeing a lot is pressure on price. We're seeing increases anywhere from 10 to 20% upwards pressure on our group rates, which is falling in line with what's going on with our leisure individual travelers. We're seeing a lot of pressure on price. So yes, business is back, but in a lot of cases, the rates that you're going to see in the different destinations are going to be higher. The other cost component we see increasing is the cost of air. Although travel airlines are coming back and there are more frequent flights, we're still not quite at pre-COVID levels with regards to airlift in all destinations. And pricing on the air component of group travel, we've seen a lot of pressure on that also. We're also seeing, although barriers are easing to travel, there are still some challenges with access into some destinations, as well as uncertainty about what the future might bring. You'll see, what future variants of COVID, or even as we see today, geopolitical things that might impact our business. And then the next part I want to talk about is some of our best practices, what we're seeing, what's worked for us, and what we're seeing our customers are looking for. So the first thing is flexibility and contracting. If the last 2 years have taught us anything, it's that risk mitigation is a major issue for anyone who's entering into a meeting or incentive group contract. So we work closely with our clients to ensure that we have equal and shared risk in all of our agreements. The other part of that is having some flexibility with attrition. If there are issues with getting to the destination, we're not, from a business standpoint, going to penalize anyone who's made a good faith effort to deliver guests to our destinations, but for reasons beyond their control, they're not fulfilling their contracts completely 100%. And then the other thing that we spent a lot of time on throughout the last 2 years is really making sure that our force majeure language in our agreements is robust and comprehensive and addresses the current concerns of our clients, the participants, as well as our internal stakeholders, so that we are not assuming all of the risk in a force majeure situation. The other thing that we've worked on a lot in the last 2 years is having promotions that we could take out into the marketplace. So we have that through all of our brands. Some recent promotions that we've done with Hilton. We at our Hilton property, we're offering 2 complimentary group events. With Hyatt, we have a multi-year booking program. So we are incentivizing our clients to book 1 year, 2 year, 3 years in a row with us. And we're incentivizing that through the issuance of rebates for each program. The other thing of interest here in Jamaica, Jamaica is really one of our key destinations for our company, and we have a great density of properties in Jamaica, especially in the Montego Bay area. And as a business strategy, we're actively looking to leverage the 1,300 plus rooms that we have in Montego Bay with the Montego Bay Convention Center to really create a dynamic package where we can collectively go out and start to really target some of these larger events. We've spoken to numerous companies about larger concert style events for 2,000-3,000 people. We have several active RFPs that we're working on right now with clients. And so we're really trying to create a package in Montego Bay, a complete destination package with world-class convention center, world-class accommodations, supported by world-class DMC services, a world-class airport, to really go after some of the regional large event venues regionally in the Caribbean. And so we see a great upside in that, and we will continue to pursue those kinds of opportunities for large scale groups. The other thing that we've done and continue to do is offer alternatives. So a lot of incentive programs have not had the ability to travel. So one of the things that we did, we created an individual incentive travel program. So it works like a credit card, and companies would buy 100, 200, 3, 4, or 5-night trips. They would be good for travel at any of our hotels by brand. And so it gives them a vehicle to deliver an incentive program without having to have a group trip. And so throughout COVID and continuing all the way through, we've sold several $1 million worth of individual travel cards that are starting to be fulfilled in all of our destinations, including Jamaica. And I think just lastly, in closing, and what are our best practices in the destination? I think in Jamaica, our best practice is Jamaica. It's people, the wonderful hospitality of the destination, the rich culture there. Our clients say embarrassing things about how great a time they've had in Jamaica. It's really amazing when you look at what people say. It was the best program we ever had. We've had companies steal our staff, hire away our butlers to become household managers for them back in Canada and the US. Our teams of people at the property are truly invested in providing world-class hospitality, but in a very easy way. And I think that comes back to how things are in Jamaica, and really the just warm hospitality that we find throughout the island. And for us, because we share multiple destinations, we see a lot of things, and we know that when people travel to Jamaica, they're having an experience of hospitality experience unlike anywhere else in the Caribbean, and that is something that collectively we can all be really proud of as we move forward. That's it for me, and I turn it back to you, Nicola. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Martin. That was really some good insight in terms of the trends that are impacting our industry now and some of the opportunities. Really very cool, the idea of the individual incentive card and that program. And that's really a good way for persons to capitalize on offering an incentive program without having to worry about group movement. But as we move towards more group movement, I'm sure there may be some version of that where you can have a 20-person or a 40 or a 50-person movement of that same package. So really very, very nice. I love what you're doing. I think some of the key takeaways from that presentation, of course, is flexibility, working with our partners, ensuring that we understand their needs and working with them to see how best we can navigate and mitigate risk as we go forward. That's something that has been a theme for all of us over the last 2.5 years, and really working with each other hand in glove to ensure that we deliver the kind of program that people can work with, and also giving our partners the flexibility. So if we have, some sort of an emergency, we can deal with that as well. And I think that has a lesson that we have all learned how to work around that. So we're going to kind of open up the floor. We have had all our presentations and see if there are any questions. But while we wait for any questions, if you can put your question in the chat. We have someone who is now monitoring the chat, and you can put your comments there or your questions so that we can ask our expert panel and answer anything of concern for you. So please feel free to do that now. I just want to ask the panelists, each of you individually, what would you say if you were to give a recommendation of a top 1 or 2 activities that you think any meeting planner should consider when they're doing a Jamaica program? I will start with Martin, because you were last, so I'll start with you first and reverse it.
Well, I think one of the things, as Bert had mentioned, for the CSR activities, I know we work closely with a local school in our area here, Montego Bay, and we direct companies that are looking for a CSR activity to really get behind and go to the school and participate in the activities there. We found that that real interaction with real people and also having a real impact, you know, doing something that's truly worthwhile adds a lot of value to any meeting or incentive program that might operate in Jamaica.
Perfect. Okay, how about you, Bert? And then I go to Mavoy and John. Bert, what do you recommend? You're muted.
Sorry. Yes. One of the things that I think everyone should do when they come to Jamaica is not just to come into your hotel and go from your airport to the hotel and spend all your time in the hotel and said you'd been to Jamaica, because if you've been from the airport to a hotel, you've not been to Jamaica. And so I think you should do an excursion that takes you across Jamaica, that gives you a different perspective, that Jamaica is not just a beach. Jamaica is a country with diverse possibilities, and one of the things that I like to show is our diversity by going from the north coast of Jamaica to the south coast of Jamaica, and you'll find there's a vast difference between the two areas. For example, in the southern coast, you're going to find lots of farmlands and really cool things to do that is not on the north coast. You get away from the beach now when you're in the interior. Yeah. So one of the things that we recommend highly is that Black River Safari tour that gives you a nice 45-minute tour down the Black River, which is Jamaica's largest river. And then you have coolest bar in the world, the Pelican Bar, which is just a very rustic bar located in the middle of the ocean. There's nothing else like it in the world, and it's labeled the coolest bar in the world. And of course, there's also a great attraction over there called the Appleton Rum Factory, which is the premier rum factory in Jamaica, where you can go and see where rum is produced and taste it and so on. But it also gives you a chance to see quite a bit of Jamaica when you do that excursion.
Thank you, Bert. Mavoy? Top recommendation for you?
Well, top for me, I think Bert said it all just now, is just not to be stuck at your hotel, but also to go out and experience Jamaica. And in terms of our hospitality, it's innate. So you will not just experience that warmth and comfort when you're at your hotel, but when you go outside of your hotel to the wider Jamaica, it's very important to experience Jamaica. You will also get to experience our locals. And for me, the top experience is to experience the locals outside of the four walls of the hotels. Trust me, the locals within the communities are even more warmer sometimes than the hotel staff that's on property. So it's very important for me to, you know, to just impress on my clients to get an opportunity to experience Jamaica. I like to tell them, when you're coming into Jamaica for a meeting or a convention, try and find some time to segue into a vacation. So the new word that's trending now is pleasure, when you're mixing business with pleasure. And when you get that opportunity to get a taste of pleasure, go out and experience the people of Jamaica, go rafting on the Martha Brae, go experience some pudding, go down to St. Elizabeth and experience some pepper shrimp with some fried fish. Just experience everything that Jamaica has to offer. And I'll also mention what Martin and Bert also mentioned earlier in terms of the community service responsibility. For us here at the convention center, considering that we hold such large groups and meetings sometimes, from time to time when our clients will send to Jamaica thousands of notebooks and pencils and notepads and sharpeners and rubbers. We do have local schools here in Montego Bay and by extension, I believe in Falmouth, that we from time to time will make donations of these notepads and pencils that's left over from meetings and conferences.
Thank you, Mahoy. Yes, definitely. That's something that we also encourage with our properties. We are part of an official program called Pack for a Purpose. So even individual travelers, when we're coming, we encourage you to pack those, extra items for schools that we can donate. You can just leave it at the front desk of the hotels, and that's something we put together as well. So that ability to, contribute and share is something that is there. And of course, I think what we're saying is when you're planning your program, please make sure you think about pre and post stay for your groups and for your group members. A lot of times planners forget to ask for rates pre and post stay, or don't quite build out their program to allow their participants to have a pre or post stay. So that's something that would be key. John, your comments, and then I'm going to go to, we have 2 questions waiting.
Thanks, Nicola. I have to say my colleagues really nailed it. Martin, those CSRs are so important. And so I would probably just add that, with everyone having been on a sort of lockdown and not being able to travel as much as they would, and programs really doing a lot of things, on a virtual basis, now we're seeing where everyone wants to get out. Everyone wants to start traveling. They want to re-engage. They want to get back the business that they have lost, especially incentives are very big right now. So I think Jamaica really lends itself well to soft adventure tours and the incorporating of team building experiences, which companies are yearning for right now because they want to get back in the game and they want their team to get back in the game. So, we do, because of our geography, our topography, we really do lend ourselves very, very well for that team building experience, the soft adventure tours, and really re-engaging with clients. So I would say with everything that has been shared by my amazing team of colleagues here, I would just add that in as you're planning out those programs. And it does really help you to once again engage with locals. And again, our people really make the difference.
On the team building side, as you said that, John, remember we also have an excellent history in sports and our prowess in sports. So there are lots of activities that we can do, whether it's cricket, football, tennis, badminton, swimming, beach Olympics, you name it. We can create events and activities around that. You may even be able to get a few local celebrities to participate. Bert is very good at finding unique experiences and planning unique experiences. So that's something that for sure. On my other hat, as chair of the Gastronomy Tourism Network, which is a part of the Tourism Linkages Network, definitely that is another area. If you want to have really unique gastronomy experiences, go to some of our unique venues. We have a lot of farm to table experiences. So outside of the resort, you can go and, experience that. We have, some great vegetarian or Untitled food that we have, or you want to go all the way to Port Antonio to Boston to see where the first jerk chicken and jerk pork was ever made and have that experience. There is so much, hiking in our UNESCO designated World Heritage Site, the Blue and Jumper Mountain, going there to have coffee right off of the plantation. It's endless. It's endless, the kind of experiences that can be customized for you and for your clients. I mean, we just have from the highest mountains down to the Caribbean Sea. There is so much we can pack into it. You may have to do what you call now a back-to-back. You can't bring all your team members at once. You have to do a back-to-back and a back-to-back program just to get it all in. Well, thank you, guys. We have a question for Martin. Does Playa Group do fam trips?
Yes, we do. We do a robust series of fam trips in all of our destinations. Typically, they're 3-night programs where we partner with the local tourism and DMC partners. We would bring them in, showcase the property, take them outside the property, do orientation of the destination and attractions. So yes, we strongly believe that our best selling tool is to get a customer to one of our properties and let them experience it. So very much so.
Thank you. And John, you may want to share a little bit about what JTB does in terms of your own MICE programs, in terms of fam trips. And if persons are interested, how they can contact JTB to participate or qualify for such a trip.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nicola. We are working very closely also on bringing planners in to see the destination, to experience what we have to offer, to see, for example, what we're doing with regards to protocols. We make everything seamless. The focus is, of course, on sanitation and safety. And, essentially, what we are doing is working very, very closely to qualify planners. And certainly if you have an RFP, you want to share that with us. But we are definitely bringing planners into the destination so that they can see what we have to offer. And, and I just want to also add that, what we are seeing where Jamaica is in vogue. People are coming. We are seeing a lot of RFPs coming in for the destination. We're seeing where, as we look into the fourth quarter of 22, the destination looks very strong. And moving into 23 and 24, we're seeing this strength. Groups are coming to the destination. It started, of course, with incentive groups, but we're seeing where others are coming in. And, I really just want to also, if you don't mind, Mavoy, I'm going to mention too that we have the World Free Zone AICE conference that's taking place in Jamaica in June. So we're very, very excited to have them coming in. It involves several government agencies. It's an opportunity. We always say that tourism is more than tourism. It's tourism and linkages. And so this conference will, of course, promote the free zone. It's an opportunity to also look at investments. So, we're very excited with what's happening right now in Jamaica. Thank you, Nicola.
Thank you. And it would be remiss of us if we did not mention that this year is Jamaica's 60th year of independence. So we are celebrating Jamaica 60 this year. And that is also an opportunity for, different types of groups and to be coming to Jamaica, family reunions, associations, school reunions. We just talked about companies that just want to reconnect. You may have Jamaican companies in the diaspora that would like to come to Jamaica and have that corporate retreat and rebuild around Jamaica 60 and the theme. So, this is also a great year for that kind of celebration. And a lot of our hotels are offering special programs for the Jamaica 60 celebration. So there is just so much that is happening. And we definitely want to just let you know that there is a wide host of persons, length and breadth of Jamaica, hotels, attractions, DMCs, entertainment. We didn't even get into that, but we have a real strong core of entertainment, and that is available for you when you're talking about building out the biggest sets. If you want to do really first world production, we also have players on the ground that are more than capable of doing that, to build out your sets. Have your stages, everything. The production level here in Jamaica is extremely high. So that is something we want to share, as well as capturing the moments. We shouldn't forget that we have great photographers, videographers, social media companies that can work with you to capture the moments and ensure that if you want to have, memories of the event, and for your participants to be able to capture all of what happened while you were in Ireland, we also have that depth of services available, and again, at an extremely high level. So Jamaica has it all is really what we're saying. And we don't have any more questions at the moment. So I think what I'll do at this stage is just ask each and every one of you for some last words before we wrap, just for you to share your thoughts. For those who are out there looking to plan a meeting, incentive, conference, exhibition, or some other great program for Jamaica, your last thoughts. And I will start back with you, John.
Thanks again, Nicola, and and team, for this wonderful opportunity. And thanks again to the audience for the participation. We really appreciate you being with us. I would say, please visit our website, visit jamaica.com, and certainly, you'll be linked to our group site, which is visitjamaica.com/groups. Take a look at what we have to offer. I think you'll be very pleased. You're going to find that you have a strong team of supplier partners in place to work closely with you. And as planners, that's what you want. You want to know that you have a strong team here to work closely with you, supporting your groups and conventions, your incentive programs, your MICE programs, and we're here for you. And again, thank you for the opportunity. Please reach out to us, and let's have your next group come to Jamaica. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, Mavoy, you are up next. Any last comments?
Sure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I just want to say that Jamaica is ready. The Montego Bay Convention Center is ready to host your small, medium, and large groups. As John mentioned earlier, we have the Free Zone Organization Conference coming up this June. This is in excess of 1,500 attendees, and we are excited. Frankly, we have learned how to live with COVID. You will be safe. I mean, if we're hosting a group for 1,500 persons, it simply means that we are open, we are ready for business. You will be safe here. There is so much to offer. We are excited as we see the RFPs are coming in. We are starting to hear back from our large groups. The convention center is home to a number of local and regional church groups where they do their annual or biannual gatherings with us here. We're home to basketball tournaments, we're home to taekwondo tournaments, and those tournaments have taken a 2-year break, and we are back in negotiations with them. We're back in dialogue, which simply means people are ready and eager to get back out there and to do business. And we here at the Convention Center, we are ready to serve you, and Jamaica is ready to accept you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mavoy. Martin, your last comments?
Don't forget me.
No, I won't forget you, Bert.
They're going in reverse age order, Bert. I'd just like to say Jamaica's back. Our business is back. Come to Jamaica. You'll have a great experience, unlike any in the Caribbean. And we're ready to see your groups, all kinds, corporate, retreats, social, weddings, you name it. The entire destination is ready and open to receive you, and we're back better than ever. Thank you.
Thank you. Bert?
Yes, I just hope that, I do hope that by listening to the panel this morning that we've convinced some persons to select Jamaica as their next destination for their group, and to let them know that we at Jamaica Tours here are very anxious to receive their RFPs, and I promise I will have those RFPs personally. And just to finally say that you please do consider Jamaica Tours. We are the people, we are actually your boots on the ground, so we're here for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. John, I'm going to draw you back in for a little bit more. Do you just want to share maybe with the team the total number of hotels that have conference meeting spaces, or some of the other facilities we have, like stadiums, arena across, so that we give a little bit more build out of the potential for the island, if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely, Nicola. We have got convention centers, and we've got stadiums, of course. What we're finding out right now also is that a lot of our groups are using outdoor spaces a lot. And so this has become really popular for Jamaica, and Jamaica lends itself so well. So, we have the outdoor spaces, we have amazing offsite venues, we have the rooms. If you're looking for an all-inclusive or an EP product, if you're looking for a 4 or 5 star product, or you're looking for something a little bit more boutique, Jamaica has that wide spectrum of product offerings. And again, this is why you're going to come to the Jamaica Tourist Board. We're going to share your RFP. We're going to help you to actually hone in on exactly the right products so that you can build out the exciting programs and programs that are on target with your market, what you're trying to achieve. So again, you know, we do have the product here, we do have the accessibility, we do have the passion, and we're here to work very closely with you.
Just want to also mention that we do also do a lot of in terms of simultaneous translation facilities. That's also something that's available across the island and across our facilities. We do have one center in Kingston, a Jamaica Conference Center, that is the home of the International Seabed Authority that has built-in translation booths. And that one is if you doing more of a government kind of high-level kind of meeting, they're geared towards that. So there is really a lot, and I know we have providers on island who can do simultaneous translation across the length and breadth of the island. So we have some really good local service providers that can work with you. Just reiterating that we have the capabilities, we have the providers, we have the track record, we have done the biggest, we have done all of the Fortune 500 companies events down to the smallest, most unique, personal, boutique, bespoke events. And we are ready to welcome you, whether you're planning a local event, a regional event, or you are working with an international partner, or you're a meeting planner that's planning an international event and looking for Jamaica as your answer. We are ready to welcome you. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you this morning. We have a great panel that has gone into good detail on some of the activities. There is always a lot more to discover. You can reach out to any one of our panelists. Their information will be shared, as well as, of course, me as your moderator. I'm also in the business, so of course, we can reach out to me as well as we share all of what we have been doing to make Jamaica the place for your meetings, conventions, incentive groups, weddings, whatever it is. As long as it's a group movement, we are in it, and we are in it to ensure that you win it. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for participating with us this morning, and we look forward to welcoming you and your participants, your family, your friends, whatever it is, we are here for you. Thank you.
Thank you.